Hey guys, it's Jeff. This week's Honorable Mention Monday gets awarded to Redwall by Brian Jacques. So Redwall is the first book in an entire Redwall series that Brian Jacques has created. And what's really cute about it is that it's fantasy, but it doesn't involve humans at all. It involves like this is the main character, Matthias, who's a mouse, and they all reside at Redwall Abbey. And the entire, like, all of the characters in the book are either, mice or like birds or like ferrets or, like just like little woodland creatures. And it makes for a really interesting and really unique perspective on like a fantasy series. And even though it's considered like children's fantasy, I read it a long time ago, back maybe when I was in like middle school or something like that. But even now, I think I can appreciate it, and going back and reminiscing about it, makes me want to read this again and read other ones, because I think this is the only one I read. I have several other ones, but never like fully finished them or something. I'm not sure. But Redwall follows the story of Matthias, who is I think he's like training to be a monk or something like that in the Redwall Abbey, and Redwall is under the threat of attack by Clooney the Scourge, who is a I forget what he was. Anyway, he's a bad guy, and his entire horde is about to attack Redwall. And Matthias is trying to search for this legendary sword from Martin the Warrior, who created Redwall Abbey, and secrets to his sword that they believe can help them, defeat this onslaught of critters by Clooney. Matthias goes around trying to look for clues to find this sword, because they believe that it can give him, extra power and try to be able to defeat this animal horde. And it's really cute book. It's really I think it can be enjoyed by people of all ages. And just looking at it, I kind of want to read more now of it. Although there are many books in this series, this one is the first one, and they're not all in. There's not like a certain order to read them. They're not like published in like chronological order. And technically, I think someone has tried to like rearrange them to where you could probably read them in order, because other books do reference other characters and timelines, but there's not like one central timeline where you have to read the books in order. So that's kind of refreshing. You can kind of pick up whichever one that you want and kind of appreciate the lore and the story and the characters behind it without having to because there's like, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, like 20, something like that, 20 books in the series. And it's kind of refreshing not to be able to have to like read book one all the way through 20 to appreciate the full story. So I definitely would recommend that you guys pick this one up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video and the channel if you want to. It helps so much. I'll see you guys in the next Honorable Mention Monday video.